rivalry mean to you playing NC State?
It means a lot. If you look back at this rivalry, it's always been heated. It's been really intense. But, you got to love a good rivalry. And I think us with State has always been a good rivalry, especially just in college football in general. So I'm really excited.
How much did it hurt to lose the last 2 years? Close games, wasn't it?
It's definitely tough. They're a good ball club. But, when you lose games like that, it really does hurt you. And we definitely remember those games. So we're going to definitely come in with a chip on our shoulder just to make sure we come out with the W this weekend.
I know you're from South Carolina, so what was your outside perception of this rivalry coming in from Myrtle Beach?
Looking into it, I just always knew it was going to be a tough battle between the two teams every time they play. And it's definitely way tougher than what I thought it was, especially, like I said, coming from South Carolina. But at the end of the day, I know it's like a real rivalry regardless of who's playing.
Looking at NC State's defense, what stands out to you when looking at those guys? They play kind of a different kind of scheme.
Definitely just their toughness and just I don't know how they mix up their packages, some of their blitzes. It's really some of the blitzes they bring on their defensive side is, it's tough to handle, but at the same time, it's things that we're able to watch and go over film and, practice and during practice for things like that. But it's been they have a good defense, so it should be a fun game Saturday.
You guys have been a little bit of a rough stretch here, losing 3 out of 5. How much does having this game show up right now kind of good for you guys to sort of galvanize and whatever happened is in the past and this is the sole focus?
Definitely. Like you just said, it's in the past, so it's something we can't really dwell on. I know we're all excited and ready to just make sure we go out there and play Saturday to our fullest potential, and we're just ready to go.
There's obviously a lot of built-in motivation at rivalry games. Do you guys draw much from the way the last 2 years ended, those 2 games, or you just kind of move on from that and it's all about the simple task at hand right now?
Definitely just move on from those games. For some people, we still remember some of the things they did after the games. I know I took it personally. I wasn't a fan of what they did. But at the end of the day, that's in the past. We can't do nothing about it. We just got to look forward to the future and get ready for Saturday.
When you refer to the flag
Yeah.
last year, is there value for you guys kind of using that to be ramped up this week?
There's definitely motivation there. It seemed a little bit disrespectful, but it's a rivalry. You know how rivalries get. But at the same time, it's definitely a chip on everybody's shoulder when you see something like that happen.
Do you think that playing in Death Valley last weekend in that crazy environment, that is good preparation? I know it's not ideal to play at Clemson at NC State back-to-back, but do you think it's good preparation for the environment that you're going to see in Raleigh?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's really hard to really beat, 90,000 in Death Valley. But, NC State has a great crowd. I know they're always packed. They're always loud. I remember 2 years ago, that was probably one of the loudest games I've played in since I've been here. So I know we're always excited for the task at hand, and, we'll be able to work with the environment that we have.
Drake, I don't know if you call it struggling, but he didn't have as great a game against Clemson as he's had. Was it a function of just they had more talent, or were they doing something different in the passing game that you saw you could see out there?
I mean, you look at that Clemson defense, they were a really good defense. I know they're coached very well. There's definitely some things that I could have done to help him out way more just so he can get the ball open. I feel like overall as an offense, there was all things that we all could have done for him. Starts with the O-line, with the receivers, with everybody. There was everything that we could have done a little bit more for him. So I wouldn't put it just that he had a bad game. It's just, he's the quarterback, so he gets all the blame. But at the same time, Drake's still one of the best quarterbacks in the country, I believe. And even if he does have a so-called bad game, he's better than half the quarterbacks that I can think of.
When you look at Marion's game, obviously he had the fumbles, but not talking about the fumbles, just talk about from your position, blocking downfield for him, and you see him coming. What's that like from your angle?
It's blocked, but then make sure you get out the way because he might run through your back. But when you have a guy like Amarion, the things he's done for this program this year and just since he's been here has been tremendous. We always focused and harped on getting the run game a lot better, and he's been a main focal point in making that happen for us. So it's great to have Amarion back there. When you can run the ball, it opens up the passing game. So I'm all for Amarion running the ball as much as he needs to.
Coming into this year, a lot of you guys stated the goal of wanting to get out to Charlotte into the ACC championship. Now that this is the first full week where that this is a foregone conclusion, I guess have any of those talks maybe transferred to kind of readjust your focus and your goals into this week and potentially the week?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know one of our goals is definitely always win the state. So we're definitely making sure that this game Saturday is it's a big game for us. It's always been a big game for us since the beginning of the season. But yeah, I feel like the main focus right now is just our next game, and that's Saturday against State. So we want to make sure we win the state, and then whatever happens after happens. But we're not really focused on that right now.
Go back to the flag just for a second. Is there any imagery around the building? Maybe with the images of the flag and the soil to sometimes teams will play pretty hard, kind of not forgetting something. Maybe photos or something like that.
You know, we all see things like that, like on social media and stuff. I know I've been tagged in a few things of just pictures of the flag and just, you know, just things on social media that we'll always see. But I feel like everybody on the team, we all remember that picture. We all remember what happened. So we all have a chip on our shoulder and we're just ready to play.
There's nothing in the building because there's no need for it.
Yeah, no.
You beat Duke, you win the victory bell. There is no trophy this week. Bragging rights, nothing this week.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just because I know I haven't beat State since I've been here, so it's always been a big goal for me is to make sure I come out with a victory against NC State. I know they hate us as much as we hate them, so we're excited.
Should there be a trophy?
Say that again?
Would you like to see a trophy? It's a big series, big rivalry.
I mean, the main thing for me is that we have one more point than them on that scoreboard at the end of the game, so.
It's still fun. If you guys were to play for something, what do you think you would play for?
I don't know, some kind of trophy. I don't know. That's,
Kind of like barbecue slab or something?
yeah, or like the barbecue trophy or something like that. I don't know.
I was going to say 2 years ago, you kicked the field goal, you're up by 9. Seems like the game's over in a way. It seemed like. Was that a period? Was that kind of a dangerous period where you almost felt like the game was over, but you knew there was still like 2 minutes on the clock? And that was a classic example of anything can happen.
Yeah.
In a football game. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Memories of that.
college football is crazy. You can never count a team out at any point until there's all zeros on the scoreboard. And I remember that game very vividly. I knew that the game wasn't over with, but I had a pretty good feeling like we were going to come out with a W. And then, you know, things didn't go our way, one thing after another, and then it was just tough, you know, seeing the fans storm the field and just noticing that we left things out there on the field that we shouldn't have. We should have came out with that W. But, yeah, it was definitely tough.
I don't remember. Were you in the end zone on the last play or not? Were you in the game?
Yes, I was. And
Were you in the end zone?
I wasn't. I was on the other side of the field, but it was still pretty tough.
There was a big group of people on that.
How do you think your season's going, personally?
I feel like I've definitely progressed since last season. I feel like there's still a lot of things that I need to work on, just so I can help out the team as much as I can. But you know, I'm just trying to help out Drake any way I can. If it's blocking, if it's, you know, just helping out the younger guys in the receiving room or just catching passes from them. I mean, I feel like I've done pretty good, but at the same time, I know there's a lot of things I need to work on to reach my full potential.
Was there an area of emphasis in the offseason that you have fulfilled during this year that you were much better at in Cincinnati than you were before?
I'd probably say just leadership ability. I feel like, you know, we had Tez and Nate come in as transfers. You know, they have veteran experience, but just out of the guys that have been here before them, it's really just me, Kobe, and Gavin that are the old heads in the room. So just taking on the younger guys and teaching them anything that I can, that was something I really wanted to do. Even though I wasn't even practicing or playing in the summer, I wanted to just let them know that, you know, if you have any questions, just ask me. I just always wanted to help them and stuff. And then probably just being a consistent ball catcher. I know I had a few drops last season that really messed up some of the games, but I definitely wanted to work on my hands during the offseason so I could become a reliable catcher for Drake.
You mentioned Kobe. How's he doing?
Kobe's doing really good. He's doing really good. He's progressing very well.
Losing him was like a lot better than people realize at the time.
Yeah, because when you have a guy like Kobe, you know, Coach Galloway calls him the Swiss Army knife. He can do so many things for us. He can play in the slot. He can play in the outside. So we're just really excited to, you know, see him progress after his injury. But, you know, he's definitely a guy on this team that makes a lot of plays. He's one hell of a playmaker.
Coach,
Thank you.
appreciate it.